Hello, Aries, and welcome to your November 2016 reading. Only one more month to go. It's hard to believe. This year to me seems like it's gone by ridiculously fast, but let's focus on the month ahead. That's the important thing. And this actually came to me long before I did the reading today. I was running some errands this morning, thinking about actually what I was going to do differently this month. And for the channeled information, I really wanted it to focus on the theme of a power word. And so it's still channeled, but this is a word that's going to bring you the ability to either manifest something in your life or get over a hurdle in your life. And I also wanted to sort of emphasize the truth. It's not just an idea, but the truth that thoughts have weight. Words actually can push through some of that energy. So words are very powerful. So these are power words. And yours this month is confidence. And as I was thinking about it, and again, this time I wasn't even meditating, it just came to me when I was busy going about my day, but two things. The first is some of you may actually not have any issues with confidence, but this word is coming through because you need to support people around you. Either they haven't had the opportunities that you have in life, or they may be someone who always sort of defers to others, always gives their power up. So if you know someone like this in your life and you are feeling quite confident, then this month I would love for you to share the gift of that confidence, that sort of generosity, and help nurture them on their path to being more self-assertive, more self-assured, and more confident. And if you're struggling with it yourself, start to think about all of the great things that you have to offer and work on, really it boils down to self-worth, self-esteem, and thinking to yourself, I am. So even though I wrote down the word confidence, if you're lacking it, I want you to start to reprogram your mind to say things like, I'm going to do this. I will make it through. I'm going to succeed, even if you put a little tag on the end that says eventually. So confidence overall is your channeled information and your power word. So nurture that in your own life and then help others if they're struggling with it as well. Let's go ahead and shuffle this deck and see what other words are coming through. I picked one with a nice harvest theme, and hopefully it's good for those of us that are celebrating Thanksgiving or are in the Northern Hemisphere and seeing a change of seasons. Let me shuffle it one more time. And then I'll also pull the Catalyst card for this month as well to see how it ties into everything that we're seeing here. For those of you that are new to the channel, first of all, welcome. And secondly, what I normally do each month is I pull 10 cards to kind of really get a pulse on what's going on, and then we'll also expand it out to look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. As I get started, I have another card that I pull, which is really the sort of how to ignite, how to connect the possibilities. So if confidence was your sort of like what you need to be focusing on, this is how you can focus on it. So it is about coming together with other people. Now, for many of you, this can be confidence in relationships. You might have started a new one. You might have always had some challenges with people in your life, power positions in those relationships. So this is your chance to see people less as an adversary, more as someone who can potentially help you, and two of you can help each other together. It's not always about winning and losing. This is like a teamwork card. So the more you make someone else shine, the more you shine. The more you shine, the more they can shine if you're bringing them into your sort of generosity. All right. Now for specifically what's coming through for you. Right at the center, we have the Nine of Swords here. And as I look at this one, I want you to understand that you are protected. A lot of times with swords, there's a fear of what's next. Am I safe? Can I do this? And for this particular Nine of Swords, there may be a lot of family pressures for some of you where you want to go down a path, or friends also, which can manifest the same way family do in sort of like a frustrating situation. If you're trying to come out of a shell and be more true to yourself, whether that's, maybe no one in your family's gone to school, or maybe you don't want to go to school, or maybe you've been in your path for 15 or 20 years even, and now you're deciding, all right, I need to shift careers. So it can happen late in life too. So whatever's happening for you, if you look closely at this card, there's this beautiful sort of bird behind, a spiritual bird in the background. And what I'm seeing here is that a lot of you are being pulled to go on a different path. And what's really important for you is the feeling of liberation and the feeling of, maybe you need the validation from me, but when you start to feel free, you will take off. Just like that bird, you'll be able to go with more momentum than you could have on the other path, even if you're already successful, all right? What I'm seeing crossing that is the Three of Cups. And so what this is, there's a lot of movement in these cards, and usually Three of Cups is more about socializing, it can be about celebration. For this, I actually think it's about celebrating your ability to sort of make new friends, make new opportunities, and that really joy begets more joy. So I'm encouraging you to make a bold move this month, and it could actually bring a whole new group of people into your life, because there is a very social connotation to the Three of Cups. I love this deck, but I have to absolutely read it because a lot of these are non-traditional illustrations, which is what originally drew it to me. All right, so the next card that I'm seeing for you, and this is in your deep past, is the Five of Pentacles. And what's interesting with this one is, for those of you that are having some struggles right now, either in confidence or like literal struggles with money, this is telling me that this is a period of growth that you're going to have to push through. And I'm not seeing like a loss. I'm not seeing that, this is more sort of, you're right on the final, the last mile before you hit a plateau. And I feel like if you can just hang in there, we're looking at around March of next year is when things are going to feel really comfortable for you. You have about 1 or 2 months right now where you're going to have to keep pushing for whatever your financial or your material sort of goals are. Don't give up. To quote an old, was that Peter Gabriel? And I can't remember, it was Kate, what's her name? I lost it, but yeah, basically there's a, Kate Bush, there we go. Great song, Don't Give Up, and it's about not being so hard on yourself, not feeling like you're isolated. And so what I'd like you to do is to just continue to push through whatever your goals are, whatever you need to do, and in your heart know it's going to work out, okay? All right, when I'm looking right now at your contributing factors to like bringing you up to this month, so the past 3 or 4 weeks, we have the Five of Cups, and some of you may have retreated a little bit. The Five of Cups is a card of opportunity where you can either look at where you're at, celebrate the progress, or you can focus on what you don't have. I'm really encouraging you to look at the half full portion of this and not to get immersed in your own sort of feelings, whether they are feelings of not feeling like you're doing well enough, or doubt, fear, frustration. And for those of you that are starting to do well, it's basically saying just try to keep it even. Don't get even too celebratory yet. You want to wait until you've achieved a little bit more before you can relax, okay? So it's slow and steady wins the race with this, and really don't give up is what I'm seeing here. As we look at your crowning card, we have a beautiful Ace of Swords here, and as I'm looking at this one, really what I'm seeing is towards the second week of the month, all eyes are on you. And what you want to be willing and able to do is to just bravely move forward, because we have usually the aces don't have anybody in them. It's just a solitary symbol. But with this card, we have like a warrior or basically a shaman coming through, and surrounded by what I'm seeing here is a lot of struggle. And so I am getting a sense of you overcoming adversity this month. So don't be afraid to, speak up or push back if people aren't letting you sort of really do what you need to be doing, okay? As we look at the near future, I see the Four of Swords, and the interesting thing with this card, I'll pull it in so you can see it, is it's a lot less about sort of resting and waiting, and it's more about sort of, it's an encouragement for you to be bigger than you think you can be. You notice like this is a little field mouse, I think, or a field rat. Either way, what I really get from this is resourcefulness is going to be very key, and to not always sort of fall into the background. Okay, so I really actually never would have gotten that for a typical Four of Swords cards, because it's usually a resting card. But this is saying you need to, if you think of really successful businesswomen and businessmen, They're typically always anticipating the next move, the next thing that they need to be focusing on. And so for you, even if you're thinking, well, this is what I do right now, I'm happy, it's good enough, always dream, always have a dream, always have a project, always have something else that you're reaching for. A, it keeps life really interesting, and B, you never know where these sort of skills that you're building could lead. And the other thing is, in your current job, I want to encourage you to be less of a wallflower, or in your current life, because for some of us, we're maybe taking care of children or taking care of an older parent, or we have other things so that we're not always working. So if you're not working, it's about not falling into like the getting lost in the weeds, basically. You want to step out, you want to stand out, you want to be bold, and you want to start planning ahead for the next few months. You have about 3 or 4 months before you're, I think there's going to be an opportunity, either in time or a gift of money or something, where you're going to have a chance to act on it and you don't want to wait. All right, so when I look right now at your ego situation, really interesting because there's a spider on this. We have the Queen of Swords, and Queen of Swords can be a very tricky card. It can often indicate a very strong, often manipulative, with words, typically, air sign, but it doesn't have to just be an air sign. But if it's an air sign, that's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But what I'm getting with this is try not to get pulled into other people's affairs, business, problems, or gossip. This is a month for you to stay strong, and if people are negative, just avoid it. Just move or push it back and just say, that's your opinion, and I'm not really in the mood to sort of argue one way or the other, but thanks for sharing. There's a lot of ways you can kind of move around somebody that's either manipulative or negative, and you don't have to become a part of that. And as we look now at your environment card, I see the 8 of Cups, and for those of you that are looking for new job opportunities, new relationship opportunities, it may not be someone new. This is usually hearkening to one of two things. It could involve travel, but it could also involve reconnecting with someone that you've lost touch with, or maybe a mutual friend that you never really developed a relationship with. So look in your circle of friends, look at the opportunities that surround you and see if there's someone there that's been sort of waiting to get your attention, trying to, or maybe you've even pushed them back a little bit. This could be a chance for you to connect, and it could bring you to great new opportunities, okay? And we're looking at this from now all the way to August of next year. So I see a long-term partnership, a long-term business opportunity for many of you, okay? And as I'm looking here at your hopes and fears is really what this one's coming through as, and it's beautiful. It goes right with the 8 of Cups. We have the 9 of Cups, and 9 of Cups it's a card of satisfaction, usually really good satisfaction. But what I see here is sometimes the ability here to sort of like get too headstrong with someone else, and basically it's not always arguments, but a lot of times when you share something in common, it can be a common goal, it can be a common trait, you end up like butting heads against someone else. And so what I'd love for the two of you to do this month, it's probably business relationships more than anything, but it could be some marriages or relationships. Realize that this is almost like a yin and yang. There's a lot that each partner has to offer, and to celebrate those beautiful gifts and to sort of look past some of the anything that's hindering the ability to have a more harmonious sort of union. So see the other person's opportunities, that what they're bringing, and try to just pick your battles on this. This is really towards the end of the month that I see that you're going to have a potential challenge here, but you can absolutely overcome it. Stay positive, stay higher in your emotions and your reactions, and you're going to be just fine. And we have a really interesting card here as the final card, and this one is 2 of Wands. And 2 of Wands I usually see as a very optimistic card, because the 3 of Wands shows that things are starting to manifest, they're coming towards you. Those dreams, those aspirations that you had are starting to manifest. The 2 is usually a card of looking to the future. Now what I see here is to basically say not to let other people's fears, doubts, worries, or lack of confidence in you prevent you from moving forward to yours. The reason I say this is we have these sort of menacing figures here on the periphery, and they're just sort of goofy looking, but they can be a little scary. It's like any sort of nightmare, anything that comes through in your life, but as a fear, basically. At first you may jump, and then later you think that was just, That was just something in the bushes. It was nothing to worry about. So what I want you to try to do is not make any knee-jerk reactions or decisions, and to not get scared, basically. Because I see such great opportunity with the crowning card being the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords in reverse, it's saying slow, somewhat delayed success, but success that's going to start to come nonetheless. But it requires action and very strong mind from your point of view, okay? So really powerful deck. I love the images, and I love the different connotations that come through from this. And if you want to know, I believe it's, I don't have the box in front of me. I'll put a link in there. I think it's just called the Native American Tarot deck. But I'll put a link. And there's a link, by the way, I get these questions often. There's a link that will show you all the main decks that I use. I haven't had time to do the Oracle ones yet, but all the tarot decks are listed there. So if you go to the description area, it'll be there. Now let's go ahead and expand this forecast and look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. All right, so for your health, we have Breathe, and what a beautiful card for health, and a beautiful illustration here too, showing that this is not about a crazy cardiovascular workout. What I'm actually seeing here is pranayamic breath. It's a fancy word for meditation and breathing, breathing with intention, breathing slowly and trying to sort of move the energy in and out. Have you ever noticed when you're tired, a lot of times you'll go, or you're stressed? It's a natural reaction from your body to oxygenate the blood and to also relieve things, because when you do it, it's like you'll release the posture, you release the stress. So what I'd like some of you to start doing in your morning meditation practice, or if you don't meditate, just whenever you take a break, lunch break, or when you're getting ready in the morning as you're taking a shower, or when you come home on the bus or you're driving home in traffic, I want you just to sit for a second, kind of move the kinks out of your body and just think, all right, I can handle whatever it's been thrown my way or whatever's coming towards me. I'm ready for this, and just go, perfect. Do that as much as you want. It's really powerful if you can do that for a minute. You could do, maybe a series of 10 or 20 deep breaths. You'll feel so much better. You may feel a little lightheaded at first, but that's just you moving out some of the tension in your body. Slow, mindful, meditative breathing is what is coming through for you. I think you're going to have fantastic results if you try it. So everyone can sigh. You've heard friends do it when they don't want to hear something. Just basically, I want you to try to sigh when you can, and see how your energy feels afterwards. So we just looked at health. Let's take a look at your wealth, which includes career opportunities and also money management. And this is showing me the need to think way outside of the box. And so I was telling you at the beginning that this could be a month of you trying on a different sort of career path, or a different way of looking at yourself, or trying to challenge people in your life to see you in a different light. All of these things are going to bring accelerated and unexpected growth in career and in wealth. Okay? Let's take a look at love. Health, wealth, love, yes. Okay. So this is going to be also relationships. Business relationships fall under this, but love across the board. Positive change. So if any of you have been feeling either not your normal self, or feeling like, wow, I can't quite get the understanding, the attention, the appreciation of others, this is a month to take your power back, basically, to feel confident, to feel powerful, and to start to assert yourself a little bit more, especially in personal relationships, because the same sort of things that will echo themselves in business often start with your family or at home. So don't be afraid to really start to make that change happen there. And let's take a look at your destiny card, and I'm using like a highly modified deck for this one as well. It's a tarot deck, but it's changed so much I kind of use it more as an oracle deck. All right, so let's take a look and see what your channeled information is for destiny. And we have a beautiful Mother of Air, Queen of Air. By the way, it was reversed again. And this is Queen of Swords, basically. And I saw another Queen of Swords here. And so what I'm getting a lot of confirmation of, I feel like it's either a very critical person because when Queen of Swords reverses herself here, it usually means communication that comes through and has almost like a cutting effect. And again, powerful words, powerful thoughts. When a Queen of Swords delivers it to you, and it can be a man or a woman, with the Queen is more about, in this case, the manipulation or it's the negativity that comes through. So what I really want you to do is to stay strong and realize, this is great because you don't always feel the element of air when you look at some of the other cards. Notice how this Queen, at her best, she's pulling everything around her and creating great things. It's a card of manifestation. It becomes manipulation in reverse, and what you have to realize is, I actually feel like this person could be grasping at straws a little bit, and also you have to understand the same way your words and thoughts are powerful. This is just her words and her thoughts, or his words and his thoughts. So try to take it just, sort of, I wouldn't take it at face value. I would just look at the person, consider the source is really what I wanted to say, and try not to let their truth become your own. Let's quickly summarize, since that was a lot of information. And the first thing that came through is your power word. Your channeled information this month is confidence, either bringing that confidence into your own self or helping others realize it if you feel confident yourself. And then a reminder that you're protected and it's okay right now for you to make a change. In fact, it may be time for you to do that so that you can meet a whole new group of people, new love, new friends, and just new passion for life. This is going to involve speaking your truth. And really, you've got a period here of 5 to 10 months, believe it or not, where I see that you're going to be laying new groundwork. We have 5 of Wands, we have 5 of Cups. Both, for me, fives are all about building and trying not to get pulled too deeply into comparing yourself of where you are and where you need to be. A very active 4 of Swords saying, don't fall into the background. It's time to be seen. It's time to step forward. It's time to be a little bit uncomfortable, but knowing that you're stepping towards your goal, towards your aspiration. Avoid other people's webs, other people's deception. It's not for you. It's not your problem. 8 of Cups saying that travel and influences, people, situations from the past are going to be really key to your success and also to your relationships. Try to see other people's strengths. Avoid arguments if you can. Know that you're probably going to be able to overcome the arguments when and if they do come. Finally, do not let other people's fears become your own, because I feel like there's so much positivity with that 2 of Wands that you don't have to be afraid. Remembering this month that your Catalyst card is about using your own skills of diplomacy and just being a very active and open person to pull in positive influences. Together you can do more than you can do apart. Breathe. Remember the exercise that I showed you, taking a sigh, deep breath whenever you can. Thinking about unusual ways to either invest money or present yourself in business matters. You want to basically work against your own stereotype. Know that you absolutely can make positive change in relationships and love, and also with business partnerships. This is a good month to be strong, to be powerful, to really see someone else's words as just words. Even though I said they're powerful, this is the sort of flip side of it. They only have power if you believe them. And so if you don't believe what someone says, they no longer have power over you, not only in their words, but in their thoughts. So let your own truth, your own words, your own power be stronger than those who try to challenge you. You do that, and I think you'll be very successful. So one last thing, for those of you that are looking for relationships, this month is really much more about working on yourself. I'm not seeing a major card coming through that indicates relationships, but you could meet this Queen of Swords in reverse character, and if that happens, I just want you to be very careful about either not being critical with them or not having them being too critical with you. It needs to feel good. So whether that's a friend relationship or like a potential new relationship, just make sure that there's a nice evenness, and that when you're with friends and family and they want to offer advice, it's great, but sometimes they just have to also offer praise. It's not always about being critical. Anyway, I hope this was helpful, and I hope that everybody has a fantastic month. If you ever want to sort of see what's coming through on this channel without having to wait for the updates here, you can sign up for my newsletter or follow me on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. If you haven't already subscribed, I do encourage you, because the first of every month or sometimes the day before, I'll post all these videos and you'll be the first to know. If you'd like a personal appointment, a one-on-one, I offer those as well, and there'll be a link in the corner so you can see rates and availability. Otherwise, I just want to say thank you, because this channel only exists because of you and the positive feedback and energy that you also give back to me. It really means a lot. So keep up the likes, the subscribes, and all the wonderful comments that you guys put from month to month. If you'd like to donate, I'll also put a button at the end, because in addition to the sort of mental and the just all the emotional support you guys lend on this channel, it does help to have that as well, but that's optional. So in the meantime, take care of yourselves. I'll see you in a month's time, and I really do appreciate everything. Satnam, and have a great November. Bye-bye.